All right, everybody, welcome back to Susan Lynn, Psychic Medium. Thank you for joining me tonight. I have three of my favorite people with me right now on this Zoom call, and we're going to talk about ghosts tonight. It's not going to be scary. It's not going to be scary. It's going to be more informative and hopefully helpful. And I know you guys know everybody on the screen, but this is Jen's World, Jen, and then Medium Kim, and let's see if I can do it. Darn. And then Allie with Heart and Soul Connected. So I know you guys know all their channels, but if you don't know all their channels, this is your chance. This is your opportunity to really get involved in some amazing content. Okay, so please check them out. Medium Kim, Heart and Soul Connected, Jen's World Tarot. All right, with that having been said, we're going to have a little invocation because we just want to have beautiful, happy energy around us tonight. So we're going to let Medium Kim Copeland, lead us in a quick little invocation.
Thank you, Susan, and thank you. It's so exciting to be here at this fun evening. I just want to allow us to open up to this special space of beautiful light that we have all around us, and just know that we are light, first of all, and there is no other but light. That's all we are, and that's all we can connect to, and just know we are connected to the light no matter what. And let's invite all of our lighted ascended masters with us as we have this conversation, our archangels, and our guides and teachers, our departed loved ones, our pets on the other side. And we're all interested in this exciting topic. And I bless each of us and each of everyone watching with beauty, light, hope, and healing. And so it is. Amen.
And so it is.
Amen. That was beautiful. Yeah. Thank you, Kim.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, we are going to talk about ghosts, but this isn't about scary ghost stories. This is really and truly, ghosts are with us quite often, more often than not. They have been in your life before, will be in your life in the future. They're somewhat transient. So I think it's just good for us all to know about different energy forms. And so I think knowledge is power, right? I think knowledge will help you understand them and maybe what their role is, maybe even in your life or at the time that they spend in your life, right? So who wants to get started? I think, Allie, do you want to talk about your finding with the,
Sure.
Allie has the most interesting, now, Allie with Heart and Soul Connected, her channel is interviewing the most amazing people. She interviews really cool people. So you really got to check it out. So she's just the perfect person to find the interesting information.
Very good. Well, this is an article that actually was in the New York Times, and it was in the New York Times last May of 2020, right in the beginning of the pandemic lockdown. And the best part of this is it says quarantining with a ghost. It's scary. Well, it isn't really scary necessarily, but the truth is that all these people weren't home that often, especially during the day. And by the time they came home, they were tired. They were doing their own thing, or they were, going to bed, or probably watching TV or making noise. But once they were quarantining during the pandemic, oh my God, they found all these folks in their house.
Wow.
One person walked into the bathroom and there was a woman standing there in scrubs and she was washing her hands, and the person looked again and she was gone. So all of the people there did not appear to be any what they call malevolent or malevolent. They weren't bad people. They just were like people that probably lived there, I would say, in a different time. And the other one that I really liked was there was a guy staying at a Airbnb, and he and his girlfriend, they had a blanket or a quilt on the top of them, and they always were fighting because it was too short on both sides, so they were pulling and pulling and pulling. And one night, the guy said he felt a tug of the comforter pulled over his feet, and he looked up to see where his girlfriend was. She was coming back from the bathroom. So it was the ghost. It was a ghost. It was a very kind ghost who wanted to make sure make sure that the guy's feet were warm enough, which I thought was
Oh my
awesome.
God.
You know, I know it was one of those extra treats on our Airbnb that you could, you know, and if you're cold, a ghost will help.
Golly, comes with your own ghost concierge.
I know. Isn't that great? See, you never know, do you? One of the things that a professor at the University of North Carolina says that he studied how we perceive and treat the minds of other entities, including animals, including machines, and also the dead. And he said in times of great unease or malaise, there is an increased drive to find meaning in chaos. And this lends people to perceived hauntings, he said, not to mention that disease itself shares certain psychological parallels with a malevolent spirit creeping invisibly about on unsuspecting victims. I don't necessarily feel that this was a negative article. I thought it was kind of cool, and that these people would go and be interviewed and say, you know, yeah, there was this dude and he was in the kitchen and he had a World War II uniform on. And, you know, and I went out to get coffee and there he was standing there in his uniform. And then they looked again and he was gone. So I think that might speak to something that Kim had mentioned that she was going to talk about, which was energetic patterns, I believe. Is that right, Kim?
Yeah, you know, I was wondering, because when you're talking about that, of course, me being a medium, and I know we're all mediums here, but how do you know the difference between a ghost and a not a ghost? That's a spirit that shows up. How do you know the difference? Right? It's kind of tricky, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
I think we generally believe that ghosts haven't crossed over and that they're hanging around. Now, and then you have to decide, okay, if they're hanging around, is it just the energetic pattern that they had when they were here, or was it the real spirit that's hanging around? I mean, it's kind of a little bit confusing. I do know a couple people in the hospice world, when they passed, they didn't cross over right away. And because they wanted to stay near the family. One of them was a grandmother. She wanted to be near her 5 grandchildren. And I think I've told the story somewhere along the line before here on YouTube, but she came to me when I was meditating, and this was about 2 weeks after she passed, and she said, Kim, I need your help. I haven't crossed over. And so, yeah, so that was interesting. So she knew she purposely had not crossed over. She knew it, and she knew she was dying because of her, her disease process. So, I mean, it was, she was in hospice. People in hospice know they're going to die. But she felt like if she crossed, she wouldn't be able to see her grandkids. Anyway, so I said, okay, if you just go get your angel wings, you can go up, get your angel wings, and come back. So, there is a difference between people who have earthbound and have crossed and come back. Now, so when I told her that, she said, okay. I mean, really, she changed her mind. She said, okay. I'll do that. And then I saw 2 angels right behind her. They went right behind and they pushed her bottom, 2 blue, dark, like royal blue angels right behind her. And they said, hurry. I could hear them. They said, hurry before she changes her mind. And they pushed her across.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That's awesome.
I know.
That is so cool.
So she was kind of a ghost, and then she crossed.
So maybe there are some people that haven't had anybody tell them how to do it, and they're still hanging around. Yeah?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I have another guy, and I'll just tell this real quick. I don't have a lot of stories about ghosts, but this is kind of, I don't know if this is a ghost story or not, but okay. He was a dad, same thing. He actually didn't believe in the afterlife, so he didn't really want to cross. I'm not sure what he was thinking, because he actually didn't have that great of a life. He had a lot of things to be kind of ashamed of. So I think he decided he wanted to stay down here. But then somehow he learned that if he went to a funeral, he decided he wanted to cross over. So he said, I don't know who told him, he found a funeral and he went to that funeral, and that's when he crossed. Somehow going to somebody else's funeral on Earth, there's a passageway and you can cross there. And so that's what he did.
We're prepared now, ladies, if we decide to wait, right?
Interesting. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So there's a couple, and there's some people, right, who attract spirits to cross. I have another friend who lives in Colorado Springs named Bruno. And no matter where he goes in the world, doesn't matter if he's in France or if he's in Colorado Springs, the spirits come to him, they go to him, and they cross over.
Wow.
So he's like a gateway or gatekeeper or something like that.
Yeah.
Gatekeeper.
Yeah.
So I don't, those are kind of interesting, I guess.
Very.
But it's
Very
still,
interesting.
still, how do we know exactly? Because when you said this article, maybe it was actually somebody in a departed loved one that could actually move the covers, or was it a ghost?
Could be.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
we
true.
don't know the truth.
That's true. You don't really know.
Mhm.
But I would say that it's an Airbnb. I don't know. It could be either. Yeah. What were you going to say, Jen?
Well, I was just going to ask a question because, when my relatives have passed on, I've seen them. Like my Uncle Oak, it was like 2 days after he died. And my Grandpa Sam and my Grammy, I saw them all within like 2 and 3 days after they passed. So was I seeing their spirit? I mean, were they still earthbound? Or was I seeing I don't understand. What? Maybe Kim, you would know.
Yeah, because I see that a lot. Because when somebody just passes, they're most close to Earth the first 3 months of passing, and especially like the first 3 days. But I still think they've crossed over. They just hang closer to their family, and just to let the family know. That's when you see them come through the windows, or they drive through by the ambulance, or you're driving along and there they are in the car, or whatever. There's a lot of stories where they're still sitting in the chair. But I think that they have crossed. It's just that they just hang out closer.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Because we hadn't had like the services yet, or so maybe so. Yeah. And
don't they like to go to their own funerals sometimes? That's
Oh yeah,
hang out with their family. Yeah. And
They
then
often come through and say, I like the dress. I like the tie. I love the flowers. The service was so beautiful. So they do validate that. That's one of the things sometimes they come through to validate is the service.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
But no, I think you did. I think they were probably crossed. My guess is, especially if they're letting you know on purpose, right? Versus a straggler or something. I don't know. They weren't a ghost. I don't think they were a ghost.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They were just hanging around closer because they're still attached. They're still so attached. There's so much grief, and they really want to reach out and say, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. And they can't get that through, right? So sometimes they're just around, they're just trying to send this message that everything is okay. Because everything is okay. When you cross over, everything is beautiful.
Uh-huh.
No matter how rotten you've been, right?
Oh my goodness. But still, guys, that doesn't matter. We still want to be as light as possible, right?
Oh, no. Yeah. No, I think we're the worst judges of ourselves. They say that when we cross over, that we go through every emotion and pain of the other that we have hurt. So there's a lot of pain we feel. There's a lot of, we pay for it, I think.
Yes. Yeah. Now, I'll add a little bit, because I've been to the Queen Mary, which is known for ghosts. The Queen Mary, which is off of California. I don't even remember the city. I went to a mediumship, like maybe a 4-day workshop. And it was a residential on the Queen Mary. And there was ghosts all over there. I know. And so that's why we went there, of course, right? Because there's ghosts there. I did see what I think were ghosts. I mean, so I saw spirits that like little girls or people and just in various rooms, but I, to this day, don't know, were they a ghost or was that an energetic pattern? And also a question, because it's a tourist attraction for people to come see them, are they hanging out because they like the attention and they're just hanging out? You see, I mean, I have a lot of questions about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think that is true. I think some of them like to hang out and have fun, right? Or be entertaining. But I think it's interesting that you bring up about the energetic, like residue. You know what I mean? Like if you often hear somebody walking on the hallway every night, is that the ghost or is that the residue of them walking every night for say 10 decades or 20 decades or whatever it was? That energetic energy is still there. It's still
Yes.
running the track,
Yes.
even though they've crossed over.
Yes, I think that's right. And I think, if we're talking, not that we've gotten there yet, but if you wanted to clear that energy, you can still clear it.
I was going to ask you that. Yeah.
I think you can do it the same, whether you're clearing the energy, because it's an energy. It's like you're going to clear a ghost energy or clear a pattern of energy.
So how do people clear ghost energy? This is a very common question. Like if you think you have a ghost in your house, you hear things, you see flashes, things happen. How do you get rid of that energy? What do you think, Kim?
Smell cigarettes.
Yeah. And
Jen has a ghost. Let's talk about Jen's ghost.
Just do that. Yeah.
Jen has a ghost.
I don't know if it's a ghost or is it an energy? Is it an energetic pattern? Because it's every night from 7 to 9. It's not, every night, but most nights I smell cigarette smoke. And I've smudged in here and I've said, okay, you can go to the light. It's pretty powerful, the cigarette smoke, the smell. So what do you think? What do you think it is?
We can all tune into that.
He was looking for a light.
Are you also feeding him dinner?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We all know you can cook. You're leaving out your plate, aren't you?
Mashed potatoes and gravy. Yeah.
He's coming over for leftovers.
But Jen, really, have you ever thought about or this is also something for everybody else too. When you smell cigarette smoke, this is a good time to tune in and see, is this your family? Like, I don't know who I was on. I was on the air with Allie when I smelled bacon cooking, and that's my dad. Or maybe it was you, Kim. I don't know.
It was,
that's my dad, and that's that message that everything is going to be okay, right?
Yeah.
But
no, it's somebody who was here. I live in an apartment building that was built in 1963.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure that it's somebody that lived here.
You dropped your card. Oh.
Higher Realms and Magic is a card I just drew.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
And look at that. It almost looks like a tunnel.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? Can we right now ask that man if he would go through this tunnel? We've got a tunnel for him right now.
Oh.
And you let us know.
Yeah, I'll sit back.
Help us.
Right here. Because he's always right.
Jen will get in a ship, an alien ship, if it lands in her front yard. But she's got like a ghost that smokes cigarettes in her kitchen, and she's like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
My brother was so worried when he was going to die because he was a chain smoker. What the hell was he going to do when he got up there?
He's got
And I'm
to
thinking,
only once.
yeah.
Put 3 in there.
They still smoke there, though.
Do they smoke in heaven, or is that why
my
they're
brother must
earthbound?
be in heaven, really.
Oh, really?
My mother used to smoke too, and she's there.
Oh. Y'all, I'm going to have the best cheese they make up there.
No.
It's going to be rolls of cheese and chocolate.
But I wonder, guys, you want to just ask this man just real quick?
Yeah,
Go
sorry,
down.
Kim. Kim's trying to be serious over here. She's
Take him in. Take him in. Let's pull him in. I kind of see his clothes. He looks like he's got I can see a real wrinkly shirt, kind of a tannish green. I mean, do you see that?
Wrinkly, untucked.
Yeah.
Untucked or one thing
I see it tucked in. I see
No,
it.
no
tucked
t-shirt.
in.
No t-shirt.
And it's tight. He's got a little belly.
Okay, well, anyway,
Yeah.
Let's call him and let's
She
let's
kills me.
ask him to go right to the light. There's still cigarettes up there. You know, he
I
can
can't be
still.
Are
serious.
there, or is that why they're earthbound? Is so that they can smoke?
I don't know. I
No,
don't
they're
know.
gonna smoke over there. Somebody's been lied to. Okay. Is
Yeah.
his name Earl? What's his name? Eddie? Earl?
Edgar.
Edgar? Come on, Allie. You're a medium.
Yeah.
Come on, girl.
Edgar.
Is it an E or is it
Yeah.
just me?
No, it's
No, I
Me.
could. That's what I'd call us. What I call old men that I don't know the name of, actually. So when you said it, I thought it was funny. I called them Earl.
That's what you call old men you don't know the name of? They're all Earl? Okay.
Earl!
Jen's like, Earl.
Oh my.
Jen, tell the man he can take his cigarettes with him.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
Yeah.
give it to a whole carton, right? We're gonna give him a whole
Yeah.
carton.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Camels.
What's
Okay,
he
that's
smoking?
good.
Camel.
You can just
Camel.
smoke away, Earl.
What are you guys getting? I'm getting merits.
Bye bye.
Oh no.
Bye
He
bye.
he like camels without the filters.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
he's a
Yeah.
tough man. Is he going?
Yeah.
I think he is.
I
Yeah,
think he would
is.
rather go than to put up with the four of us, to be honest with
I
you.
know. He says you
He's
girls
had
are too
it.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like,
enough
"What
of the
else
hen
to do?"
house. That's what he said.
Kim,
Enough of the hen house.
Kim is clearing the air. Clearing the air.
Metatron, Archangel Metatron.
It's outta
Okay.
here.
Ooh, that smells good. Can you guys smell that?
Yeah.
Little
My
peacock
Claire
there.
Alliance
That would
is
be
not
nice.
exactly tuned in just a moment. Holy moly, are we four bat crazy women or what? Okay.
Pretty much.
Entertainment purposes only.
All right. So is
Definitely
Earl,
entertaining.
God bless him if his name ain't Earl. It is now. Is he gone?
Yeah,
Earl,
he's out of here. He shuffled away.
Well, I hope he
With this-
shuffled to the light.
he
Not
had slippers
over to
on.
5B around the corner.
Oh, maybe he's
Right.
down the hall smoking.
Keep us updated. Let us know, Jen.
Yeah, let us know.
It's
Tell
like,
him to
forget
move
this,
along.
man.
Let's put a silver light around your apartment too, so he doesn't come back in, just in case.
Okay.
Bye.
Shield. It's a
Allie's
space.
like,
He's really cute, though. He has a sweet energy.
Well, don't tell us that. Don't track
Oh.
it back
We just
down.
banished him.
But you don't. You're calling back a cute man. No, don't do that.
Jen, this is a problem, girl.
Yeah.
Now you got a ghost boyfriend. Hey, girl.
No. Jen.
Don't.
All right.
They really trust me. There can
Yeah.
be ghost boyfriends. Believe me when I say
Oh, my
this.
I know.
You don't need one of those. No.
Enough of that. No.
Yeah.
And he's going up to see the divine. Oh, okay.
What?
Earl's went to go see the divine physician.
Nice.
Oh, rock on.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay, girl,
solid.
Earl.
Yeah, there we
Dunkin'
go.
Donuts.
All right.
What do you
Look
got,
at
Allie?
Loyalty.
Oh, beautiful.
Wow.
All right, well, I'm
Wow.
going to pull a Lemurian card.
All right, do it.
Oh, water. The overflow.
Ooh, look at that picture.
Oh, that's
Wow.
beautiful.
Aren't they just cool
Uh-huh.
pictures?
Yeah.
He needs
Very
water.
What does this say?
It says
Water.
water, the overflow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
All right. Well, when
Okay.
McKenna gets back and the ghost boyfriend is gone, you can tell her what happened.
Oh, she'll be grateful. She doesn't like the cigarette smoke. Mom, he's back. I'm like, I know.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful.
Just a
Hey,
day
you know,
in
it
the
could
life
be
of a
worse. The
weekend.
man could pass gas, and then that
Yeah.
would be even worse. So,
But isn't that something, though, that McKenna smells it as well?
'Cause she's a
then it's
medium.
there.
Yeah, she is. Oh, she's a little witchy
Yeah.
too. Yeah, that one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
So, Susan, you have
Interesting.
ghost busted, so to speak, in your
Yeah.
friend's house. And you've had other times in some of your videos I've heard that they came and talked to you as well. So what kind of experience can you tell us about to remind us exactly what you saw?
Well, you know what? I don't know if I should. One thing that happened recently is I had this washer dryer installed because this is I'm in this 1940s cottage that didn't have the washer dryer was in the garage. But anyway, I had the guys come and install it, and they ran through they had to run through the diagnostics to make sure it was good. And then I'm sitting here in a reading, and the thing was off. There was no clothes in it. I hadn't even used it yet, and the thing came on. The washing machine came on. So I went over to the washing machine. I had the repair people on the people that delivered it on the phone. And she said, I can hear it. I'm like, you want me to video it? She's like, oh no, I can hear that thing. And she's like, well, why did it come on? I didn't want to tell her. It's like, things just happening with me. I don't know. She's like, well, unplug it. And I thought, please God, let it stop when I unplug it. Because, a lot of times when you unplug them, they keep going, So I have her on the phone. I go over and unplug it. And I was like, God, stop. She's like, what, ma'am? I'm like, nothing. Everything is good over here. She's like, well, we can't have that happen. We're going to have the guys come out and look at it. I'm like, well, you can, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen again. So they did. And they were like, we can't find anything wrong with this. I'm like, I know.
Wow.
Dad,
Yeah.
Or whoever.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I have a woman that's been talking to me quite a bit. I do these house scrying things. Well, I've been trying to do them, but every time I go to try to do a house, Hattie Mae insists that I do her house, but I don't have enough video of her house. It's a long story, but so I was going to go do another house, and literally today I couldn't. I have to do Hattie Mae's house. So Hattie Mae wants her story told. Darn it. So I went back to her house and took some more video. So that's going to be interesting. Now, Hattie Mae is crossed over. She's not a ghost.
Okay.
She's crossed over. But as I mentioned before, even though you're crossed over, you still come back to places that are interesting, or maybe you like. I mean, I see them sitting on park benches in parks. They go back and visit hotels or cabins that the family owns, or maybe just a beautiful vista that they dearly loved, or maybe the place where they met their soulmate, whatever, they're there just briefly. Not ghosts, but people that have crossed over can pop in and pop out. They can visit anywhere they want. Ghosts are earthbound, and they can't pop in and pop out. They have to walk or get on the bus or get in the car with you or on the airplane with you.
Oh, they do?
Oh,
they can't just pop in and out? No. Oh, I did not know
They're earthbound.
that.
Oh, so ghosts. Oh, so do they look different than folks that have crossed over, the earthbound ones? Like, can you look at one and say, oh, that's an earthbound?
To me, it's energy. Their energy feels different. What about you, Kim?
Okay.
Sorry, yes. I think their energy feels different too. And also, to me, if it's a ghost, they look like they're in a different time era.
Oh, yeah, that's true too.
Oh, interesting.
That's true. That is true. Yeah. That's true. Your crossed over loved ones don't show up, even if it is somebody from, well, we don't usually read crossed over loved ones from 1830.
Yeah.
No. That's not relevant to anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the ghost might be from 1830. So they might be wearing clothes from 1830. So that's a pretty big dead giveaway. You're right, Allie. That's true. Or who said that? Jen, Allie? I don't know. Sorry.
Kim, yeah.
Kim. Yeah. There was a guy that lives in Washington, and he actually was running for president. I wish I could remember his name, but he says he went back to the Civil War and was there at the Gettysburg Address. And there are actually pictures of a boy that he said, it looks like him when he was a boy, dressed in, the Civil War garb and everything. And he said he had a pair of shoes on that was leftovers, so to speak, and they were really big on his feet and everything. What do you think about that?
I'm not sure I understand.
You mean he reincarnated? Are you trying to tell me? No, I'm sorry.
He went back in time.
Oh, he time traveled.
That's another topic. I'm gonna suggest that we do a video on that, because I'm having some problems with time and time crossing. My guides have been talking about that. Okay. Yeah, the time actually intersecting. And that's a really big deal for me. I really need to talk. I mean, I need help. That's a big thing.
It's the whole fourth, fifth dimension. The time is in the same space at the same time. And because the veil is thinning, that's why it's happening.
Yes, that
Is
exactly.
what
Right. That's
I'm
exactly
hearing.
right.
But it's another show.
It's a whole big thing that I think
Yeah.
is going to be important to talk about. But
Yeah,
I gotta wrap
'cause-
my head around it. I'm not good with that, with physics. I'm not a person that understands physics, right? So that's all physics, basically.
Mhm.
Yeah, Jen, are you the one that does the paper? Jen's favorite thing, like she's trying to help me. It's like this.
Science in a teaspoon. That's what one of the viewers said. Yeah, it's science time in a teaspoon or something like.
Because that's all I can take at one time. Is
Oh,
a teaspoon.
But yeah, time is bent and the veil is thinning. It's like, to hear my guides talk about it, it's things are showing up at the same point at the same time.
Okay.
Essentially is what it looks like.
Yes.
So we're going to experience this more as the veil is thinning.
Mhm. I have a card. I just picked a card.
Oh,
Transformation to light, from light to dark. And
Oh
I
my
don't know
gosh.
if it's related or not, but somehow I think it is related.
From dark to light.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dark to
Dark
excuse
to
me.
light.
Yes. Somehow this is related, but I'm not sure exactly how.
Well, it makes sense.
I like
mean,
it. I love that.
We
that
are going
picture.
to the light,
It's
right?
just-
We are. We're ascending.
Yes.
It's a paradigm shift that's happening, and we're not quite there yet. But once it ramps itself up to the full potential, then it will just shift. And so that's the dark moving into the light.
Yes.
People becoming aware. I love it. I love the word transformation anyway. It's beautiful.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
Lately, the people I've been reading, I feel like they're already in the 4D or 5D. I don't know. Are we supposed to go from 3 to 5 or 3 to 4? I don't know. But I feel like they're already there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the kids being born nowadays they're in a very
Yeah.
different dimension.
Yeah.
And they're such better people.
Yeah. Like
Mhm.
they come equipped. Like they came with, factory equipped was different. Their factory options were different than ours. Mine is.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
mine is old school.
Mm.
I got it, but it's old school.
But Susan, so tell us a little more. I know you're pretty experienced with, what do you do for ghosts in your house or whatever? What is your method of
Or to
releasing?
get rid of them. Yeah. Get rid of them for people.
Well, I'm going to tell you guys, this has been like a school of hard knocks, right? Or school of reality, because I'm going to tell you what works for me, right? Maybe it doesn't work for other people, but this is what I've come to understand. I think sage is wonderful. I have it right here. And I think that I actually feel like it has more medicinal qualities, right? It clears, it cleans things. It's antibacterial, but it doesn't. Energy is different, you guys. Energy, it's in my opinion, sage isn't going to really affect energy. So what I've had luck with is using energy. So I use my tongue bowl, my drum that's a steel tongue, to raise the vibration. You can use a tuning fork. You can use something I've had a lot of good success with are tabletop water fountains, because water is energy. It moves the energy around. Anything that moves the energy around, right? But honestly, to be honest with you guys, the thing that I've learned is that humans, we are so powerful. And that's been hidden from us. That they want, and it's continuing to be hidden from us. They don't want us to think that we have these abilities.
Right.
Whether it's energy healing or mediumship or psychic abilities, this has not been, encouraged, right?
Right.
But if you have energy in your house, I think one of the best things you can do is to say, some things like this. I'm asking for any energy that is not of my highest good to leave the house, leave my property right now. Now, that's a very nice way of saying it. Some people think you have to open the door, but you know what? Those ghosts can go right through that door. I tell them, I said, no, I don't have to open that door for you. Get out. So anyway, that's another way of doing it, right? You know, so then if they don't go, then I say it more forcefully. Again, energy is important. I tell some of my clients, if you really have a problem, meaning you feel like a negative energy is around you or something doesn't make you feel good, take an old pot and a wooden spoon and bang it and say, I am, in charge of my house. This is my house. Your energy is not welcome here. You need to leave now. By banging the pot, making a noise, that disturbs energy. Mm-hmm. That disturbs energy. So that's what you do, right? If you need to add extra oomph to it. So those are the ways that I use. And then, of course, keeping the vibration high in the house is really important. So, every couple of days, bang your gong, play your crystal bowl, do things, play the drum, listen to happy music, laugh, some incense, sing. Bring the energy up, because they don't want to be around happy energy. They don't. Doesn't match. Ghosts are earthbound, and generally speaking, they're a little bit sad, a little bit forlorn, lost. That's the energy they connect with, right? Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Kim, what do you think? Yeah. Because I find it's people that have been sick, the energy goes down just because it's natural, right? Sometimes the energy a little bit lower around a long-term sick person. And that's also a good thing to get the energy up around them as well.
Oh, yeah. But I was going to say, too, some ghosts are nicer than others. Some ghosts are,
I'm sorry. Yes.
Yes. Just kind of harmless.
Well, and Jen has a boyfriend ghost.
Well, yeah, he smokes.
I mean, he smokes, but
yeah, but, and at least he didn't have that.
You're right, Kim. I forgot to say that. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
But the ones that are really, to me, that potentially can harm you with bad health or whatever, cause sickness or bad things to happen, I think those are serious instances that need big guns. That also maybe you need a professional to help you with that. Maybe not to tackle that by yourself.
That's true.
Yeah. And maybe also, of course, in that situation, always call in the archangels, Michael, and, as many as you can, light the candles or whatever, and to help, right? Because Archangel Michael, I think, is a good one to help get rid of them. I kind of like the windows open and the doors open, whether they're open physically or whether just they're light, because I think going to the light, having the light for them to find is also a way for them, to leave. I say the same with people who are dying. Make sure a window is open, because that's another way the angels come and go. And in Europe, they use that, and the windows are open so the angels come and go through that window. But of course, it's not necessary. They can come through walls, absolutely. But yeah, I would never tap personally. I would always call in angels too.
I agree. And you can call in white light, right? So people say, how do you do that? It's very, very easy. You just use your imagination and you bring in white light into your body. You just imagine this pouring, shower of white light coming into your body. Let it emanate out. You don't have to do anything. Just let it flow out of you, and then see it flowing through your house. See it covering every surface. See it just kind of like expanding, right? Till it fills all the corners, the attic, the basement, the closets, and then just let that light be there, right? And then if whatever is not comfortable in the light is going to go.
So I have a question. If they have their free will not to go, let's say they're earthbound, like you said, and they have their free will, those are people.
Uh-oh. Lost you guys for a minute. That is so crazy. During a ghost show, I have a thunderstorm and I lose you guys. Come back. Come back. Okay.
That's her. Oh, she's coming back.
I'm back.
Oh my goodness, Susan. We were
Your
just
eyeball
ready
is
to
back.
leave.
Your eye is
Yes.
back.
Oh
there
my
she
God,
is.
y'all. Lightning, thunder. Why am I doing this during a ghost video? You know? Why?
We should
All of a
let's
sudden,
just let Jennifer
everything
tell her
right.
story about the about her house and then I think we probably are done.
Yeah, I
Anyway, we
agree.
should be off. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she told us a really cool story. Go
Oh,
ahead,
great,
Jennifer.
great. Well, I was going to say, I hope you guys are continuing without me. But the thing
It
is,
did
I'm
not-
recording it on my end. I'm not sure that it got recorded. I don't know
It didn't.
how that works.
No, it didn't.
It
No,
stopped.
it didn't.
It stopped,
Yeah.
but I think it started again just now.
Yeah,
Did
it
you
started
just
again.
now?
It started again just now.
Okay.
So do you want to
Okay.
just, what were you saying, Allie?
So Jen has a story to tell
Okay, and then we'll end
about
it. Okay.
something, and then we're probably done because you
Okay,
guys
yeah.
should be off air.
Because
Yeah.
I might get
Okay.
kicked off again, right? Okay, Jen.
Yeah.
I know.
All right. So I lived on Fox Island, which is an island in the South Puget Sound. And Fox Island to do ceremonies there, and out on Tanglewood Island, which is a little island kind of in the inlet of Fox Island. We built our house up on the highest point of the island. And when it was the first night that we were in the house, my parents were up in their room, and an apparition, well, it was an entity, came up the stairs and stood at them and then walked around their bed. Then growing up, I always felt that presence. It was not happy. We disturbed the land, we didn't go in and ask permission, or, I mean, there were remains there. I don't know if that matters so much, but maybe that's another question for
But it
you
was a
guys.
Native Americans.
But that's where,
ground, and
yes, that's where they,
Yeah.
I mean, they're dead, it was the highest point of the island, and they were buried in the trees. I mean, hung in the trees. I see it. And I always felt like as a kid that we were the invaders,
Right.
and our home wasn't very happy. I really believe that there was a lot of, I don't know what that was. It was big though, and it was kind of dark. I'm just talking about the energy in the home and things that would happen in the house, and would happen when, I was in my room and I had all these music boxes, and one time a bunch of them fell off the shelves while I was home alone, and
oh, you poor thing.
I would just get scared. Yeah, I was like
Yeah,
always
yeah.
scared there, and I never wanted to be alone in that house.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's kind of a, do you have any
Very
thoughts
interesting.
about that? Like, because it's very different than the guy who hangs out here and smokes between 7 and 9 at night. I mean,
The guy that hangs out there is kind of cute.
yeah, I mean,
How old is he now?
this felt like a
Earl.
real,
Earl, your boyfriend.
We
Sorry,
thought Earl
but-
knocked you out because you left, and we thought Earl said, "Screw you! You can't get rid of me that fast."
Yes. No, I agree, Jen. I think I do think that we can disturb burial grounds. We can disturb sacred ground, right? We can disturb energy that doesn't want us there, right? So I think that it's always a good idea to go in and ask. And honestly, if you have an old house, I think it's a good idea to ask your house. I would like to update this house. I would like to move this wall. I would like to put in a new kitchen. I would love it if you would be okay with that, right? If we could work together to make that happen, right? I mean, I've had a lot of clients, and I was just funny. I was just thinking about videoing this building that I used to be in for 16 years for my photography studio. And this ghost would come and talk to me and say, you know, before they broke this into 3 separate buildings, it was one big department store named Cress's. And it had this big counter right here. I mean, he was kind of grumpy. And it was always when I was working late. And he would be grumpy, like, they put these walls up and this work is so shoddy. And I mean, and I would be like, dude, I'm just trying to get some editing done. I don't know how to help you. I'm so sorry. Listen, I remember telling him, like, it's 2009. I'm not responsible, but it is true. They do get upset.
Yeah.
They don't like it. And I think it's a good idea to, you know, you couldn't, Jen, you were a kid, right? I mean, you didn't know anything, but people watching this video, it's a much better idea to work with the energy of the house or the inhabitants of the house than it is to work against it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
But you know, that spirit just felt so big there. It felt so huge. It felt so complex. Does that make sense? It just
Plus you were small, so that would make it even bigger. Yeah.
Exactly. That's true. I was 8 when we moved in there. So
Yeah. But that's another one of those energetic things. Like if you move into a home that maybe the family argued and there was a divorce, then that same energy is still there, even, you know, but I think it's a little different with the burial ground, but it feels very shamanic.
Mm-hmm.
Like the gatekeeper of the land, right?
I wonder if that's
people.
That's why he's so big. That's why the energy is so big.
Yeah.
It's not a person. It's like Kim's saying, it feels like more of almost like a spirit guide or bigger energy of a gatekeeper, of like a person.
Yeah.
The one who's been assigned to protect. That land.
Protector. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting because Jen, you knew that. You could see that. You could pick up on that. And that's why kids with me get scared. I was scared as a kid. None of this was fun. None of this was like, wow, look at that big man.
No. Oh, I love your headdress. It's so cool. Yeah. No.
It's amazing. You know, it's not like that. It's like, whoa, you know, the things in your book are now 5-7 foot tall in your room. And you're like, I would saw that in a history book. Right? Yeah, it can be very overwhelming for kids. And I think that parents should listen and take it more seriously. Right?
Definitely.
Oh, yeah, I would cry and I'd call them wherever they were, you know, please come home. That place, it was, whew.
And you know what? You know, I did those videos with Red Lentil Healing. Do you remember I did those ghost videos with her? And she has the same story, Jen, when her parents would go out on date night. The ghost would go through the house and harass her. So when they would come home, she would just be like, you know, and when she went away to college, that ghost started harassing her dad, who was not a ghost believer, who was a very pragmatic, practical, science-based man. He called her up on her cell phone and said, you need to get out of class and you need to talk to me right now about this thing that I'm seeing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It started giving him a little grief. So so then they were able to compare notes and realize it's the same energy.
That's amazing.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. Interesting.
Amazing.
It is. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Sorry we got booted off there.
It's all right.
It was bright light and everything went dark. And all of a sudden I had dogs on me, like, you know, slobbering and like, you know, I'm like, it's okay. I'm trying to turn the router back on. I'm like, it's okay. No worries. And here I am telling people to listen to their kids. And I'm like telling my dogs, it's fine. Go lay down. It's I don't learn
it's totally fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
You know, I think we need to have some heart healing with this because Jen had a couple stories and I just picked this green. It's an Archangel Raphael card, heart healing around all these.
I love that.
The people that haven't crossed, the graveyard, the Earl, you know, the men and the women that we've known that haven't crossed.
Right.
All light and light around all of us now too, just to clear our space and anybody who's listening, right?
And all the viewers,
That's right.
And all the
That's
viewers,
right.
you guys are all encircled with this beautiful light of
Yeah.
protection,
white and green.
love. Look at that beautiful, beautiful green
that's
light
gorgeous.
that's surrounding you and lifting you up,
Mhm.
protecting you.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Breathing.
You can breathe that green into your
in.
body, right?
Breathing,
Breathe it in.
Yeah.
You know, take
And
a deep breath
connecting
and
to the
breathe
earth
it
this
into
way.
your body and let
Right.
it emanate back out like a cloud of green, and let that just envelope everything in your house and everything, you know, your pets and whatnot. And I feel like it's calming everything down.
Yep. It's the balancer between all the chakras, right? It's the heart chakra. The balance is everything. We're in balance now, back into balance.
Thank you, Kim.
So it
Blessings,
is.
everybody.
Blessings
Thank
to
you, Allie. Thank you, Jen. You guys,
Thank you, guys.
We don't always
Thanks.
talk about
Thanks,
ghosts,
Susan.
but when we do,
Woo!
power goes out and lightning hits the house. I don't know. But
That's it.
and I just felt something hit my leg. I'm like, what is that? Oh, it's a dog nose. Nice and cold. But anyway, listen, everybody, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it. I hope it was helpful. Leave comments below if you have questions. Please go visit these wonderful ladies' channels. Please like and subscribe to our channels. It really does help us. It really does help us, honestly. So we appreciate that. Jen's World Tarot, Heart and Soul Connected, Medium Kim, and of course my channel. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Much love and blessings to you all, and we'll all be in touch soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye,
Earl.
Woo!
Jen's new boyfriend.
Woo, stay away. Go up there.
Yep.
Go down to 5B. Go down the hall.
That's it.
Hello, buddy.
No, up
See you later, alligator.
Yeah, and Kim is trying to get him to go to the light. We're trying to get him to go down the hall. We got to ride. Got to get all on the same page. Jen.
Confused.
Oh my God. All right, guys.
Bye.
Love
Bye, guys.
all of you guys.
Good
Have a good
night.